Oh.
Good morning. I didn't see you there. Welcome to the chase. Thanks for waking up with us. It's Monday. Here we are. Here I am. Charlie Castro alongside my co-host David Yarger.
Hello. Happy Monday.
And the crowd is going absolutely bananas. Look at you with the little hyper-local outfit today.
Yeah, sporting the locals. John Freeze. Niagara Street, Niagara Falls.
It's a good adult watering hole. Not for you, kids.
Great lunch spot, too. Not going to lie.
Look. Yeah, you cut the camera too quick. I was pointing, then you cut to David. All right, I'm in a goofy mood. Probably because I was just on vacation. Yeah. But, happy Monday to everybody. Yeah, that's right. We both were this weekend, weren't we?
We were.
How was your weekend?
Not bad. Spent a couple days in Hershey coaching a baseball tournament, and it was definitely an interesting time. Got to know some of the families and the kids a little bit better. Just kind of nice team bonding moments. We went 1-1. Our second game on Saturday was rained out, so kind of got, for lack of a better term, we got screwed out of a second game on Saturday.
Yeah, that's tough.
Playoff game was honestly one of the best games I've ever been a part of, but we were on the losing end, so it's whatever. But Hershey's a pretty cool place, so.
Never been.
Yeah, no, it was just a good time. I didn't go to like the amusement park or anything, but all the kids and the families that went told me it was an awesome place that you got to go, so I really just wanted to go and make like my own candy bar, but I never did.
Yeah. If I'm being honest, like that would be my highlight. I'm not a huge ride guy. I'm not a huge amusement park ride guy. So yeah, for me, the gimmick and what I would get out of it best is for sure the candy part of it.
Mm-hmm. And now I know that you also had a nice little weekend away as well.
I did. I got a chance to get away a little bit. Spent the weekend on the lake. As you can probably see, I feel like I'm a little more red than usual. I'm almost this Twins red, but not quite yet. I feel like I almost got the raccoon eyes, too. You can see I was wearing sunglasses all weekend. But I want to pull a little picture up here that I sent Dave. Look at this hammock life, baby.
Nice.
And honestly, in the age of social media, did you actually go to the lake if you didn't take a picture of it?
No.
But like that was incredibly relaxing. There we go. This is my first time kayaking. I'm not even kidding.
Really?
28 years old, first time kayaking.
How'd you like it?
I had a blast, honestly. My friend Jackie there in the front that we showed right there. She's a pro. She goes all the time. So I was honestly just kind of following her lead. But I'll tell you right now, if I work at it, I might be like Olympic status soon enough.
Hey, never know.
But, it took me a little motivating, right?
Yeah.
To get it going. So I was wondering if you could motivate me real quick.
You know what? I absolutely will. Today's quote of the day. What separates the talented individual from the successful one is a lot of hard work. That's our man, the author, Stephen King.
The one.
Oh. Yeah, there you go, Dave. Dave is really enjoying his time on that.
Look at him.
He is like ear to ear with a smile.
You guys don't understand. There's words that I want to use on this show sometimes that I can't. Let's just say he has a very big grin on his face right now that he's finding these new sounds and he's finding great uses for them, but he's like a little kid. He's like a kid in a Hershey candy store.
Exactly.
Honest to God.
Pretty much.
Let's check in with the chat though. Good morning to everyone here, obviously. In the words of Archduke Franz Ferdinand, good morning, Wahoo says. Bill Dozer, morning all. Higgy Bear, good morning, sir. Jay-Z, good morning. How was everybody's weekend? Mama Yargs, good morning.
Yes.
Can't forget about that.
Mama
return. Mama LaCastro, good morning. Look at that. We got the moms in the chat representing. Look at that. We have such good mothers.
Yes. Nightbot, I appreciate your praise of my quote of the day.
I told you they finally made you a command.
Hey.
Once you have a command, we've made it.
Higgy Bear, I agree. Weekend was not long enough.
Oh,
never long enough.
Dude, I can't tell you how much it dragged to try to get in here this morning, but I knew that there was a job to be done.
Yes, and the work needs to be done here at the Dave and Adams Chase studio. So
like Kobe always said, job ain't finished.
Exactly.
Job ain't done. And that's why we're going to let you know right now what we've got coming up for you today on the show. We'll tell you what is hitting shelves in this week's wax. A couple of rare items also are hitting the auction block on Heritage's website, so we'll go over those. And also, the MLB draft started yesterday, and a few first rounders might have some familiar names. We'll get into that a little bit later. And then, of course, another great box rip giveaway, as you can see right in front of me. David and I each have 2 boxes of the recently released 2022 Archives Signature Series Retired Player Edition Baseball.
Wait, what was it again?
That's a mouthful. Yeah, you want me to again?
No.
Again?
Again?
Again? That's very Canadian to me. Camo 7, I have a toddler, so weekends are no longer relaxing. Rip. Rip in peace, my friend. We're thinking of you. We're thinking of you. Well, we're glad that you have the toddler so you can wake up on Monday mornings and then come and hang out on the chase, right?
Exactly.
It's kind of the same thing. Bobblehead Bobby, hi. Bomber breaks. Yeah, I break with that. Do you?
Sweet.
Well, that's a little teaser, too. They must have seen it on our social media platforms, so we'll be talking to them a little later on in the show as well. What do we have to get to? Oh, we do have some giveaways, don't we?
Yes, we sure do. Our man, Meerkat, on the mic.
Yeah, buddy. What's going on? Good morning.
Good morning, fellas. How we doing today? Great intro to the show. High energy. I'm feeling pumped up here in the booth. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to give some stuff away. There we go. Get the crowd cheering. So first off, for our SP Golf giveaway, if you remember, we had that nice Tony Finau auto rookie card, gorgeous card, 17th ranked golfer in the world right now. Who doesn't want a rookie auto? Tiger Woods tournament used memorabilia. Like, that's just cool. I thought that was one of the coolest cards I've seen recently. So that is going home to Twitch chatter TPuck33. Shout out to TPuck. The randomizer is in your favor today. We'll be reaching out to get your info and get you those cards, Puck. Thank you for tuning in. And then for the big one, the National won't be our only National giveaway. Little sneak peek for the rest of the week for you folks. They're a little teaser, a little tease. But for now, winning 2, we have 2 winners, each taking home 1 all-access super VIP package to the National and Atlantic City. Those winners are Jeff S. and Cons Sports Cards. So Jeff S. and Cons Sports Cards, I'll be reaching out to you guys to get your information. And I'll just want to say, we're going to give you guys like 48 hours because the National's coming up soon. This is something you need to plan for. We don't want these tickets to go to waste. So, we'll get your info. We'll confirm that you want these tickets, all of that. They'll be put to good use. If not, we'll be announcing some other winners, so stay tuned for that potentially. But right now, it's going home to Jeff S. and Con Sports Cards. Congrats, guys.
Wow, what a win.
I was going to say, that's some huge news. And I think to Meerkat's point, just you got to reiterate, we don't want these things to go to waste. So please, super VIP to the National in Atlantic City.
Take advantage of it.
Take full advantage of that. That's huge. You know what I mean?
Indeed.
And of course, the golf product, obviously great too. So I love giving stuff away. I love seeing the reactions in the chat. Everybody's having a good time, and that's what we're here to do.
Exactly. And you know what, Troy? We have a lot of new stuff coming out this week.
I noticed. So why don't you get us started?
Exactly. So Wednesday, Historic Autographs will release its 2022 Trivia World Series Cut Signature Edition Baseball. This is a 220-card trivia game, complete with a game board poster, 4 player markers, and a cut signature card featuring an autograph of a player or manager that appeared in a World Series. In each box, there is 1 cut signature card featuring an autograph of a player or manager that appeared in a World Series, like I just said. It's also a 220-card trivia question and answer set. Categories are baseball, football, basketball, other sports, and potpourri for those that are not sports fanatics. A 24x24 game board poster and 4 colored poker chip style markers, signatures. A 24x24 game board poster and 4 colored poker chip style markers are also included for the game set. Signatures included are Lou Gehrig, Ty Cobb, Roberto Clemente, Jackie Robinson, Joe DiMaggio, Mickey Mantle, Gil Hodges, Sandy Koufax, and Pie Traynor. That's a lot, but it seems pretty cool.
I actually heard in some boxes, instead of potpourri, it's actually potent potables.
Potent potables. 500, please.
Potpourri. Or what was the other one?
It's Who Reads.
Famous titles. Oh man, good call there. But yeah, actually, I liked the way that.
I keep thinking of those videos.
What? Oh, the Celebrity Jeopardies from
Yep.
Saturday Night Live.
Yep.
Oh, I could go on. I could go on for a while with those things. I love quoting those. But I actually like that. I think that's an interesting. Like, it's not just a product, but there's a game attached. So I think that's pretty cool. It's something like innovative. I feel like it's different. You don't see too often. You know?
Oh, I completely agree with that.
So also coming out this week, Friday, 2021-2022, Panini Prism Basketball Fast Break will hit the shelves. Each box contains 1 autograph, 12 prisms, 6 inserts, and 1 rookie variation. The box features rookies of Cade Cunningham, Jalen Green, Evan Mobley, Scotty Barnes, and Jalen Suggs, just to mention a handful there. It also features highly sought-after parallels, inserts, and autograph content. Find 1 auto per Fast Break box in exclusive Fast Break autographs and Fast Break rookie autographs. Collect Fast Break exclusive parallels such as Prism Fast Breaks, Prism Fast Breaks Blue out of 150, Fast Break Red out of 100, Fast Break Purple out of 75, Fast Break Pink out of 50, Bronze out of 20, and Neon Green out of 5. There will also be 6 inserts per box, including Prismatic, Fireworks, Widescreen, Mentality, and Fearless in exclusive Fast Break parallels. Each Fast Break box contains 1 exclusive rookie variations Fast Break card. And so, you know, we got to rip that. We got to rip the hobby version a few weeks ago. But I know Fast Break ends up being almost just as popular as the hobby. So I'm sure everybody who didn't get a chance to get their hands on the hobby version of the Prism will definitely be jumping on the chance to get some Fast Break.
Indeed. Get your hands on some of them big-time rookies from last year's draft class.
Yeah, deep class.
So, additionally, on Friday, the 2021 Panini Chronicles Football H2 box will release. Each box contains 1 silver parallel, 4 Optichrome, 4 acetate, 10 exclusive Crown Royale inserts, and 2 numbered parallels. Look for updated rookie photography in their NFL jerseys printed on Optichrome in Score and Legacy Update. Find the historically popular release of years past with Dynagon rookies, Prism Black, Panini, Gridiron Kings, Crown Royale, Turn of the Century autographs, Clear Vision rookies, and Playoff Momentum rookies. New in 2021, look for Flux rookies, Magnitude, Ascension autographs, Totally Certified signatures, and Invincible autographs. Rookie cards include that of New England Patriots quarterback Mac Jones, Jamar Chase, Jalen Waddle, Kyle Pitts, Devontae Smith, Trevor Lawrence, and the guy out in San Fran, Trey Lance.
Trey Lance, baby. Don't you forget it. So, Wednesday will be the release of the 2021-2022 Upper Deck Series 2 Fat Pack. Series 2 features the next 250 cards of the 21-22 Upper Deck base set. Collect new veteran and young gun cards and the most anticipated rookie cards of the year. Look for 6 of these rookies in every box on average. Series 2 will also feature the continuation of select Series 1 insert sets, that being UD Canvas. Collect new star veterans and young guns, as well as high series, retired, and high series program of excellence cards. Each box contains 4 of the popular UD Canvas cards on average, and also look for a super rare, hard sign, and hand-numbered UD Canvas signature card. Also, the honor roll is back. The next 50 cards of that classic UD insert set, which is new to Series 2. It features veterans and rookies. Keep an eye out for the rainbow version, numbered to 250, and gold rainbow, numbered to 25 parallels. Then, since its debut in 2021, this brightly colored Dazzlers collection of popped-out, full-bodied star vets and rookies has been a hit. Collect both the blue and pink versions of the next 50 cards. portraits as well. Those are also popular in this series. The next 40 cards in this long-running favorite feature only rookies. Look for the black and white parallels that are numbered to 99 or 25. So the 99 ones are regular, and the 25 are the short prints.
Making some noise with that box.
You're not wrong.
Yeah. You know, the only not
Come
the
on,
only,
feel the noise.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
Girls rock your boys.
So, you know, the only this isn't the only thing making noise at the Dave and Adams studio.
Oh.
But Panini will also drop the highly anticipated 21-22 National Treasures basketball on Wednesday. Each box contains 4 autographs, 4 memorabilia cards, 1 printing plate, and 1 base or base parallel. Autographs in the set include RPAs, treasure tags, and logoman autographs. Brand new to this year's treasures are treasure chest booklets, as well as dual and triple autographs. Got to get my hands on one of them. Those seem pretty sweet.
Yeah, so, you know, this is going to be another real big chase, not to be the cliche there or, you know, the play on words, but just like everybody was chasing the logomans from from Flawless, we'll definitely have another big chase when it comes to National Treasures, especially this rookie class. You know, Cade, Scotty, Mobley, the guys that we mentioned earlier on in the fast break, they'll all be in there, and we'll definitely have logomans. We'll have auto logomans, you know, part of the RPA type stuff. So definitely looking forward to that. Another high-end product that's a lot of fun. The presentation is almost as good as what's inside of it. Before I get on to the next one, I just want to say T-Pucks is here. Good morning, Troy and David. Thank you so much for the golf goodies. Well, congratulations. We're happy you won. Enjoy those. Really looking forward to it. Make sure you take a picture and send it to us when you get them at home and they're all displayed out. Next up here, we've got Dunross Optic Football is also making its return on Friday. Each box contains 1 auto, 20 rated rookies, 10 parallels, 8 of them being numbered, and 4 inserts. Look for base ice and rated rookies ice. Both are new to this product and are numbered to 15. New inserts in this year's Optic include Gifted Rookies, Rising Suns, Global, and Legendary logos. Plus, the Case Hit and ultra popular Downtown cards are back, and they're actually right on the screen that Dave has right there. Is it just me? Is that who I think it is?
Oh, that's Mr. Allen.
Is that Josh?
Yes, that is the Downtown Allen.
So look at that. Give it up for Josh Allen, brother. But yeah, no, those are cool looking. I love the Downtown cards. I think I like the Downtown better than the Kabooms, which maybe we could do a little compare and contrast one day. That's just an idea that popped into the head.
I agree.
But also you could see here some of the other beautiful cards. The rated rookies, of course, some of my favorite looking rookies, probably besides the Prism stuff. I think the rated rookies look gorgeous. And there you see the example of the base ice, which I believe, like I said, those are new to the product this year. So it'll be cool to see some cracked ice stuff, especially the rated rookies cracked ice.
Beauty, beauty.
Yes, sir.
So we're going to go to Around the Hobby here.
Yeah, we are.
A lot of new and interesting stuff coming out in the hobby, including something about the Great One. Look out, folks, because there is a Wayne Gretzky rookie card hitting the market soon. The 1979-80 rookie of the Great One was recently graded a 10 by PSA. One of only 2 to ever receive a 10. Heritage Auctions will offer one of the PSA 10s at an upcoming Summer Platinum Night auction, and it's expected to sell for a record price. Gretzky's rookie isn't rare, but getting a PSA 10 grade is. There have only ever been 2 10s and 127 mint 9s. That's pretty impressive. The auction will open July 29th and close over a 2-night period on August 20th and 21st.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy. I mean, I feel at one point Wayne Gretzky rookies were very sparse, very rare to come across. But now, obviously, you know, being immersed in the hobby and, you know, where we're at with the hobby now, yeah, you know, you'll see these Gretzky rookies, no problem. But yeah, a 10, that's ridiculous, especially in an era like 79 and 80. You know, that time, I just feel like the cuts on the cards were
So hit or miss,
ridiculous.
yeah.
So hit or miss. So the fact that somebody possesses a 10, I'm definitely going to be looking forward to seeing what that ends up going for, because I think record price is almost an understatement
And
in a way.
and I think the other crazy part about it is when you think that's over like 40 years ago.
Yeah.
So to keep that type of card preserved perfectly too, to keep it at 10 is pretty impressive.
Yeah, it's insane. Just the way that some people are so smart about their collectibles and, being 3 steps ahead of everybody else is just, I mean, kudos to them. They're probably going to be swimming by themselves, a nice lake house themselves that they can go to, Real quick, before I want to go Wahoo's here, this is a good mention about National Treasures this year. They have the 75th anniversary logomans in this year's basketball.
Ooh,
So I think that's going to look even better.
it probably will, yeah.
Because I loved that logo. I thought they did a very good job with like the diamond. Because what is that? The diamond anniversary, I believe.
Yeah.
Right. So I thought that logo looked, really good. Speaking of heritage, though, another piece currently up for auction on their website is an 1888 Joseph Hall cabinet Tim Keefe SGC VG3. You can see that here up on the screen. Heritage says that this could be called a quote-unquote treasure due to its extreme rarity. Now, these photos were produced by the photographer's studio and sold in small quantities to local customers with very little consideration for marketing. Those that survived to the present day feature populations in the single digits. In fact, this is the only Joseph Hall photo of Keefe that has ever been encapsulated by SGC. The current bid is $7,200, and it will be closing on Thursday night.
Now, I'm not going to lie to you. I don't know much about Keefe for, obviously it was a long time ago as a baseball guy. But to see something from the 1800s.
I think that's it. I think it's, I don't know much about Keefe either, right? I read, obviously Heritage had their little write-up on the card. And they did mention, though, in his era, he did win, I think, almost 400 games as a pitcher.
Yeah, they said he's still up there in the rankings for most wins or something like that. He's like high. I'm pretty sure he's like higher up on the list.
Yeah, so like you said though, we don't obviously don't know much about the guy. We believe it or not, we weren't born back then.
Yeah.
So it just kind of a cool piece of history to see, especially because it's not even really like a baseball card.
Yeah, it's more like a portrait. Just the dude was wearing his Yankee jersey,
or
New York jersey, whatever they were called.
I think it was the New York Giants actually at that time. So yeah, kind of cool to see. That's another one. Keep an eye on. Have to see what that closes for.
Indeed. Also, the folks over at CSG hit a milestone last Friday. CSG says it reached 1 million cards graded, faster than any third-party grading service. The card that gets to hold this distinct honor is a 1997-98 UD3 season tickets autograph of who else but Michael Jordan, number 2-3.
What'd I tell you?
That's pretty sick. It almost looks, it basically looks like a ticket stub. It's so sweet.
Yeah, I actually love the look of that card, and the fact that it's a 7, but obviously, they flip to the back, CSG for us, 10 autograph. I mean, that's a gorgeous looking card in my opinion. That would be a fun one to have. And I know Stevens is a big MJ collector, and he's an MJ guy, so I don't know if you've ever seen that, but that's a good looking card. No? I think you might need one of those. Right? I'm sure you could affordable. So a couple weeks ago, we did mention, too, that Leaf announced a lineup of the celebrities that were going to be in their Pop Century this year. Well, last night I did a double check on Twitter, and they actually announced a couple other people, some bigger names. I thought it was pretty cool. Bob Odenkirk, who I know, there you go right there, just added, Bob Odenkirk. And then straight up now tell me, do you really want to love me forever? Paula Abdul.
That was...
Oh. Is it
perfect.
just a hit and run? Sorry, guys, I can't sing. But the Bob Odenkirk, I feel like he's coming back. He's always been around, but I think he recently had another movie, and I know he's back in the public eye. Big star, so a couple of cool names.
Paul Abdul, American Idol.
I was going to say,
Judge.
I was gonna say some people remember Paula Abdul as like the dancer. I think she was one of the was she a I think she was a Lakers. She was either a Lakers dancer or she was on In Living Color and was one of the dancers on there. I know. I'm pulling deep cuts now, so maybe the chat can help me out. She was a fly girl. She was a fly girl. Yes, Lakers. See? What do I like? I may not know things modern, right? I may not know modern music, but man, can I tell you what happened in the 80s, whether you like it or not?
Or is it just a hit and run?
Oh, In Living Color is Jennifer Lopez.
Thanks,
Your
Mom.
mom. See? Thanks, Mom. I appreciate that. See, she's always first Lake. There you go. See, I knew I was right though. Paula Abdul. Education. Who said this show wasn't educational? I'm teaching you guys something. Paula Abdul, Lakers dancer. You're welcome. Use that at the party. Use that at the bar. A little bit of knowledge for you.
Exactly. You heard it here first. Also, if you didn't hear, for those who don't know, Dave and Adams is opening a store in Europe. We're going Mr. Worldwide. You can follow the story on Twitter and Instagram at dacardworld_EU. Our staff was able to catch this video last week. Check it out.
And open them up, see what you get. Yeah.
Fica original assim, yes. Wie is dat? China en Antonari. Wie is dat? Dat kent je, hè?
So that's pretty awesome seeing the kids rip the packs open,
Yeah.
dipping our toes into the European flavor.
Yes,
But
sir.
anyways, even though they are not officially open for business yet, they encourage everyone to come out and check out the space. All kids who stop by will get free cards. So if you happen to be in the Netherlands, specifically in the Roermond area, hopefully I said that right, definitely drop in. I'm sorry, I'm not good with my European names. I don't know. Maybe I messed it up. Sorry if I.
Well, we'll work on it because, you know, if they ever feel the need to send us over there.
Maybe do a show in Europe.
I think it's Roermond, but you were close.
It's like, Matt Coral.
Exactly. You can make fun of me for that. I keep saying the kid's name Coral. It's Corral. I don't know why. I just got to keep thinking Golden Corral. Golden Corral.
It's all good, man. It's all good.
all
But hey, we also do have a guest, some special guests for today,
We do.
residing from the Cleveland area. If you recall, before the 4th of July holiday weekend, we ripped open some Chronicles draft picks. And, oddly enough,
What do you know?
we pulled an awesome Ole Miss Matt Corral 1/1 RPA. Was definitely the biggest card we've pulled so far. Well, today we're going to talk to a couple guys who pulled not one, but 2 1/1s out of the Chronicle set. Chris Bame and Kevin Stedman of Bomber Sports Cards and Bomber Breaks is joining us today to talk about those 2 pulls. So you got the Justin Herbert Moxie patch with the Nike swoosh and an Aiden Hutchinson rated rookie. Herbert is currently the star QB of the LA Chargers, while Hutchinson was just the 2nd pick of the NFL draft to the Detroit Lions. And now, without further ado, let's welcome our guests, Chris and Kevin. Hey guys, welcome aboard. Thanks
Chris
for
and
joining.
Kevin, welcome. I got to ask, before we get into the break of Chronicles, take me back to the start for both of you. How'd you gain the interest in, collecting and then becoming, Bomber Sports Cards?
Kevin, you want to start? You got it.
Yeah, I mean,
Kevin's
I
got
play a
some.
lot of sports, obviously, growing up, and I was fortunate to have a really good local card shop in my town. So I always had good access, and he was a really just friendly, really into the hobby type of guy. So just naturally playing sports a lot, hanging out in the hobby shop at my local card store. I just got into it that way and kind of just took it with me, pretty much up into college. Maybe I had a little lull here and there, but then got really back into it probably around 2011, 12 when I met this guy in college. So that's me.
What was your first big card?
Oh, that's got
87 was for me, like 87 tops. People either love or hate the wood grain. I loved it, but
it's the Don Mattingly. I think it was in 85 or 86 where he's like fielding the ground ball from tops. But that was the big one for me when I was growing up. Yeah.
I mean, Jose Canseco was the top of the Beckett's, guys. I mean, this was a crazy time back then. A lot of great athletes. But I was a Reds fan, so I grew up in West Virginia. We're based in Cleveland. That's where Kevin's from up here. So we had a small town. A card shop started in the early 90s. But prior to that, I'd go to our grocery store and the drug stores where there'd be one box, and I'd take in my change and just buy as many packs as I could for, 30 cents each back in the day. So loved that 1990. I feel like I'm still stuck in the 1990 season with all the Reds, Eric Davis and Rob Dibble, the Nasty Boys. I collect those guys still. So
Awesome.
It goes back. It's deeply rooted.
Awesome. Love to hear you guys are from Cleveland. That's like, other than, the Bills and the Sabres and all that, I'm a big Cavs and Guardians guy. So nice to hear Cleveland-based card shop or card company, I should say.
Yeah. Yeah, we get a lot of laughs, though, when we don't tell other people that still. Cleveland somehow isn't the most popular town sports-wise for most people that aren't from Cleveland.
I hope the National comes back. Have you guys had a chance to attend the National?
So I have. I used to work here years ago, and then I'm coming back now. So I got a shot at Rosemont, aka Chicago, and then I got a shot at one of the Atlantic City ones, but never got a chance to go to the Cleveland one.
Yeah, no, I've never been to a National. This upcoming year in Atlantic City is actually going to be my first one, so I'm kind of excited.
Awesome. Lots to be excited about. It's going to be really cool.
Are you guys going to be... Are you guys going to be at this one? Are you going to be like in the Breakers Pavilion or booth or anything in Atlantic City in a couple weeks?
Yeah, we'll be there. We've been pretty much since 2013. We'll be in the pavilion. The hoop shot, run some competitions, giving away a bunch of stuff to the people. So if you see some basketballs flying around, that's probably
if they let us in with it. This guy's a pretty big time basketball player back in the day.
Really? What kind of stat line were you putting up back in the day? Should you have had your own
His
card?
name was Frostbite.
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I could put up some points and some dimes. It was one of those kind of things. At point guard, so mostly points and assists, no rebounds.
Hey, that's all right. Those are the pretty stats. Those are the stats everybody wants. The buckets.
Sounds like my 2K career.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I couldn't play that on an actual court, but catch me on Xbox and 2K, maybe a different story, possibly.
Exactly.
So I want to ask, when did all of this interest in collecting in sports cards finally turn into Bomber sports cards? When did you guys actually get the brand?
It was completely by chance. I mean, this story is, I get chills thinking about it because I went through a little tough time, and then I went back into collecting, and Kevin and I went and bought a box at the local card shop where Joe was owned it. And what did we buy, Kevin? I always get
2012 Bowman Sterling football,
Bowman Sterling. And so this box was like at the time with a $300 and some box. So we're like, let's just split it. That was big time money back then. So the chase was Andrew Luck. The chase was RG3. We go back to his house, start opening up the packs. Boom, Andrew Luck autograph. Boom, RG3, RG2, whatever it is. I'm like, patch autograph rookie card, okay? And then there was a superfractor, guys. I didn't know what a superfractor was. A little 1-of-1 on there is beautiful gold. Bernard Pierce, running back for the Ravens, was in this same box, guys. Oh, I'm not done. There was a dual autograph patch card. It was the case set, we came to find out, of Kuechly and Hightower. So the two defensive stars from that class. And there was a redemption for a quad autograph I know it was Saints. It was mind blowing. So what happened was and remember Kevin's daughter was like, how old was she at the time? Like
5.
She's looking at us like, what are these guys doing? You know, like what's going on? You guys are crazy. Because I'm just running around his house because he has all the luck. I say, Kevin, you open the packs, and that's funny because I open the packs now for the most part over the last whatever. But it was incredible.
Yeah, but then we just wanted to see if anybody else had any boxes like that. So of course we go to the internet and just kind of search YouTube and then kind of learn about box breaking just from seeing what other boxes were being opened, and then it kind of went from there.
So my uncle's Nick, he played a lot of softball. His nickname was Bomber. His buddies gave him a hat that looks a lot like this. And after his funeral, my cousin gave me the hat. Like my Uncle Vern would come down. Some of the Kevin and I have interests together in hunting, and so my uncle would always come down. And anyway, so I had the Bomber hat, and we're like, oh, if it's a good card, you go boom. Is that what you were waiting on that?
I was like, you had me on your every word. I was waiting for it. I mean,
that's why I want a shirt today.
That's how you build a brand right there. That's perfect. You need a catchphrase, right? You need something.
There's a catchphrase. There's always a good story too behind it.
Yeah.
And I want to get into, now you guys were talking about you had great luck that day.
Yeah.
I've been following you guys on Instagram. It looks like your luck has been pretty freaking good the last few weeks too. And I got to ask, before we get into the Chronicles break that I wanted to talk about some of the heat that you guys have been pulling lately.
I mean, we have been lucky. I guess just recently, Definitive Baseball, that triple autograph really got me with Trout, Ohtani, and Nolan Ryan. I've pulled Pujols on the same card in triple threads. We had a beautiful 1-of-1 with those 3 on it. But Nolan Ryan, like to me, I pitched in college and always looked up to Nolan and what he could do. So, I mean, when I saw that, I was floored. And our customer, actually, that one's going overseas. Huge Angels fan in Taiwan, which is really cool. So that one, and then
it's been a lot of good products. Prism football, Prism basketball, even the new Chronicles just came out this week. Incredible cases we've had. I don't know if everyone's seeing the same thing, but multiple top tier quarterbacks in the same cases. Lawrence's, Mac Jones's, Wilson's.
So Artie pulled this for us. Artie's the other breaker. You see Artie a lot in the evenings now. I've recently had my 3rd child, so I'm working more during the day. I'm still on site, but what? Right here, there. I don't know how well you can see it, but Artie just pulled this last night for our customer.
Come on.
1-of-1.
Oh, that's gorgeous.
The
Black Finite. This is the Chronicles, Zach Wilson 1-of-1. That's it right there. So,
wow.
Don't know what he's going to do with it yet, but
fresh out.
We hit that.
Fresh out of the pack. Look, I love that you guys came prepared with a little display right there. You guys know what you're doing.
In the same 6 boxes, he pulls this Jamar Chase 1-of-1. Okay,
you guys are just on
from the magnitude subs. I love Chronicles because you get to see all the different brands. It starts with the draft picks, like you guys were saying. The reason you guys caught the beautiful swoosh logo and then the gold vinyl. But then this came out of the same 6 boxes. You have the silhouette patch autographs. This takes me back to when Kevin pulled a huge prime silhouette prime patch back before the hobby got crazy. He pulled one Harrison Barnes. Same product, that was $1,000 card in 2012.
Yeah.
So,
yeah, man. You guys might want to play the casinos when you go to Atlantic City. Honestly, hopefully that's in the future for you guys because it seems like you're on quite the roll, and obviously can't wait to see where you guys go after that. Now, I know you guys talked about your starts in collecting separately, and you talked about starting Bomber Sports, but where do you guys go back? Obviously, you talk about 2012. Thank you for the time capsule there and talking about the top Sterling. I used to love that product when I was ripping it off. But talk about when did you guys meet and how did you become friends and eventually coworkers?
What do you say? I started following him around the basketball court at Ohio University.
Yeah, we go back to college. 1 year only. We both he went to a different undergrad, but one master's year at Ohio University. Just met each other basically through playing basketball. then just started hanging out, realized we both liked collecting cards, had a passion for sports, and he ended up moving up by me a few years after college was over, and kind of went from there and just reconnected, and had some good luck and decided it'd be fun to try and do this. And the next thing you know, we've got a business. So it's been a good run.
Yeah, it's really amazing because I never would have dreamed, like our interests align with some of the things that, music and deer hunting, and we talk about sports all the time. And then we got back into collecting together, and I had done some voiceovers. I did PA for the basketball team in my undergrad school. So I had that experience already. So it was just a natural fit. I just get so excited about opening packs of cards, is like you guys can probably tell. I think it's just a natural thing that would just happen to say, okay, you guys open this amazing box, and here we are. I don't know, almost 10 years later.
Yeah, seamless.
Still kicking.
Yeah,
still kicking.
Alive and well. You're thriving, and I mean, of course, that seems like a seamless transition from PA to breaking cards. So that made a lot of sense, and I think you're right. Natural.
Exactly. And now let's go back into that Chronicles draft picks polls that you guys had. Not just one, but two that you posted on your Instagram. Talk to me about the emotion. You pull the Justin Herbert Moxie with the Nike logo, and then you pull the Aiden Hutchinson, the number 2 pick in the draft. What's going through your head? Like, what was your emotion through that?
Anytime I try to not peek. So anytime I see a big card, I just want to keep that, under wraps, even if I do catch it. But anytime I see a tag or a swoosh, or I see a little glimpse of gold, I start getting excited. I get a little giddy. And then what's so cool about, showing that card and realizing it was a Herbert, Oregon. The guy that won it actually lives in Oregon. So he was, and this was a random. You guys, like, people that, join breaks, they love to pick their own team. But I mean, I highly recommend try a random, because there's big teams, there's big cards, things align sometimes, just like in this situation, the guy's from Oregon and there's Justin Herbert. But, basically it's boom, and I do a little camera shake, and, you see a little one. I love how they write out the 1 of 1.
Mm-hmm.
I like that a little bit more than the big number. So it's kind of cool. We got both in those two, but of course we're based in Ohio, and, so the Herbert was great. And then, but where did Hutchinson go to college, guys?
Michigan. Yep.
So as soon as I saw it, I'm like, and I had to comment, because not everybody knows where we're based at, but right. I'm a West Virginia fan. I'm a big Mountaineers fan, but of course, we're based in Cleveland. So black guy country.
Oh yeah. Oh, you're deep in it for sure.
They know. Yeah. They don't like the blue and gold. They don't like the blue and gold.
Yeah. Not huge fans. I don't really want to make you pick, but I got to ask Chris and Kevin, both of you, if you had to pick, which one do you think was your personal favorite, the Moxie Herbert or the Hutchinson? Which one would you have taken if you were taking it home for your PC?
I think I know what Kevin's is.
Yeah.
You go first, Kevin.
Yeah, I'm a Mox. I'm going to go with the Herbert. I didn't even want to look at the Hutchinson, but, it's the Chronicles drafts are fun because it's the first time you're going to see the new draft class. You're looking at some new autos. You don't recognize a lot of these autos, and you're getting to see them for the first time. It's one of the reasons why we do the randoms. It's hard to price out some of these picture teams early on in the year before the players really start showing themselves. So, but yeah, for me, the Herbert for sure.
So, of course, going back, the rated rookie, when I see rated rookie, I love the optic. When they came out with optic, I was always a fan of Donruss. I mean, we've got how many 87, 88, 89, 90 Donruss cards in my collection back home. So I do love that, the optic, what they did with that to make it optichrome. So I would take the Hutchinson. The Michigan logo doesn't hurt me as bad, even though they did steal our football coach and basketball coach from West Virginia to, Michigan, but I can get over that. So,
and
that's very mature. That's very mature of you to be able to put your personal differences aside. I must say, I'm proud of you.
That's great. So yeah, and you talked about there was the guy from Oregon that won the Oregon card. If you don't mind me asking, who won the Michigan card, and what were both their reactions to winning?
Well, they're both ecstatic. The other winner is in Texas, and so I would guess that's probably gonna be a sell. I would guess, but I'm sure I know our man with the Herbert's gonna PC that one. I would say so. But yeah, they're both. It's fun because you never know. That was a day break, so I know. Herbert was there, but our Hutchinson man, he wasn't live. So like it was the email later. He was excited. And thank you so much. Or the chat comes in later, So.
Right. And you said that was a random break, right?
Yeah, correct. Yeah, we did both that day. We did tiered teams. So we slotted teams, where one spot got you 2 teams, buy one, get one kind of deal. And then we did a straight random also with teams there.
So when you were talking to these gentlemen, letting them know that they had won the cards and, that you'll be shipping it out to them, are they the type of customers that you have a rapport with already? Like, have you talked to them about what they may or may not plan on doing with the card? I know you said the one guy, you're thinking it probably a sell for him, but any other information from them, what they may plan on doing?
Not really. We leave it up to them. We have a few guys that reach out here and there, like on the Zach Wilson, our guy Joe emailed us and we're kind of communicating to kind of help and see what, he'd like to do, if he wants to send it off to grading or if he just wants to have it sent to him directly right now. And what service we might be doing that one overnight for sure. Or, hey, come fly in for that one. That's a kind of a monster card. So
yeah, that's good content, right? It's, it just as much as it is about ripping packs, having fun. It's good content too. You like to build that.
Yes.
Go right ahead, man.
I was gonna say, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off though. So I was just, I wanted to ask, so I know we kind of touched on it a little bit before, but do you guys have any specific plans in terms of schedules or what you might be doing for the National when you get down to Atlantic City?
Yeah, I mean, we'll come in for the whole show, usually a couple of days before and set up in the Breakers Pavilion. We'll be doing a lot of breaks like usual. We'll be at some of the manufactured booths doing some kids breaks during the show too. So you'll see us around. And but yeah, the hoop shot's a new thing this year. We're going to try and run some tournaments and some competition type things where you can win some wax and some singles and other stuff, break credit, things we'll have around the show to kind of just have more fun with it and give back a little bit to our customers and some new faces.
Thursday afternoon, I'll be at the Tops booth. We'll be doing the kids case break with Tops. We've been invited by them to bring the boom for the kids. So I'm looking forward to that. 3:00 on Thursday.
Love it.
We'll be in the booth. Yeah. And the rest of the time we'll be at the booth and look for the one with the basketball.
I was going to say, Troy and I might have to come by and compete against each other, see who's
absolutely. We'll see if you can beat the Breakers here.
I like that hashtag beat the Breakers. I think you got it right there.
Well,
good idea.
I know there's man. He's a pretty good shot. So good luck, guys.
I want to see it in person. I'm not going to talk too much game because that wasn't very much my sport. But we'll see what I can do. I got to test myself. Awesome. I'll have all these emotions if I don't try. If you don't try, you just don't know.
They used to call me Jimmer Fredette, so
Jimmer Fredette.
Ooh, yeah.
Oh, in that case, I was Ray Allen. How about that?
Oh, jeez.
Chauncey Billups. If we want to go that way.
Rip Hamilton.
I love Rip Hamilton. That's true. If I'm coming to beat the Breaker, if we're doing the shots, I'll wear the Batman mask. I'll wear the Rip Hamilton mask.
I love it. I pulled in the autograph card. I pulled it recently. Rip Hamilton. He had the mask on. He wore that even after he was skilled up, didn't he?
I think no. Honestly, I think it became a part of him. It was like that. It was like Batman. I feel like he needed the mask on.
Yeah, it's just when you think Rip Hamilton, you think of the mask.
I think there should be. What do you guys say? I think there should be a card out there that is a relic auto of Rip Hamilton, and we should have a piece of the mask,
like the nose piece.
Yeah.
On that note, I will say no one cared who I was until I put on the mask. So if you want Bane, I got some other impressions. We'll save those, but for another B-roll. But
yeah, we might have to do a bit with you on a future episode where we just do impressions.
You know what? I gotta hear it. I gotta hear it now. Give us one of your best Harry Carries.
on the spot.
You know, if you were a hot dog and you were starving, would you eat yourself? Hey, what do you think about this COVID? It was here for a while and then it went away. Doctor, your thoughts?
Oh my
What's the biggest card you've... All right, so I could go on for a long time, but that would be terrible. So let's just stop right there.
That was good.
What a
Crazy
seamless
knuckleheads.
you bunch of knuckleheads. What a seamless
Get to the
transition. that was.
charger. So the chart, you know, like when I hit a Herbert, normally it's like, you know, get to the chopper. No, it's get to the charger. So, you know.
All right, next interview we do with you, it's just gonna have to be in all in impressions. That's it. You can't break character.
Yeah,
Right.
that's actually like when you work with this guy and then the guy pops in the chat. It's like, I want the whole break in Harry Carey.
Oh my
It's
gosh.
like, oh, man.
Yeah.
It's like,
I get requests all the time.
I had somebody ask me one time to do a whole break in Macho Man. I was like, oh yeah, the cream of the crop rises to the top. Yeah, brother.
Love it. Yes. Let's go.
Our Twitch stream is always begging for him to do the
Yeah,
the
yeah.
Macho Man.
We like to have fun too.
But hey, before we let you
Love
guys go, throw us a little plug for your social medias. Just you know, where can the people find you?
So we're on the basics, guys. Twitter and Instagram at Bomber Breaks. We're live on YouTube. The Twitter channel is out there too, and on Facebook. We have a private group on Facebook, Bomber Breaks Friends and Collectors, where we kind of share important information, like when breaks are happening, when we have discount codes. Yeah, we're live 5+ nights and days a week. We're bringing all the new product to there through our website, bomberbreaks.com. And then we also have an eBay store. We're very active on eBay. We do eBay auctions 4 nights a week. Gives a lot of new people get a chance to experience the brake pad that way. So Bomber Sports Cards is our eBay store as well. So I think that's it. I've missed something. I think we're good. Thank you guys for having us. Really, really a pleasure joining the show. Look forward to seeing you guys at the in Atlantic City.
Yes, we'll have the whole studio here. We'll be live pretty much every day. Every day we're there. So.
Awesome.
Yeah, we'll have the host set up, so you'll have to come by and see us when one of you guys is not breaking. Take shifts, and we'll come and see you guys in the Breakers Pavilion. But yeah, definitely looking forward to it. And thank you so much for your time. It's been a ton of fun, and hopefully we'll get to talk to you guys again soon.
Yeah, thank you guys for joining us. I really appreciate it.
yeah, thanks, guys.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Have a good one.
Boom.
All right, boom, lower the boom, ladies and gentlemen. Love it.
They were awesome. That was one of my favorite interviews.
Seriously, they were an electric factory.
Boom.
It's all about the boom. Chris there. Nice. All right, ready? Try to line it up with when I do the point. Ready? Try to line it up when I do. It's all about the. Nice. That was good. That was good. We're getting better. We're getting better. Get dolphin noise out of here. It doesn't even make it doesn't make sense contextually. Chris, though, while we were doing that interview, I had the wheels turning, and I think what we need to do is we need to put him on the spot to do some impressions for us at the National.
We do indeed.
But we're gonna do it in a hobby way.
Yeah, so if he opens up like a 1 of 1, like give us like a, okay, you just opened a 1 of 1. Give us your Charles Barkley impression.
Hi. Have you ever seen this Shohei Ohtani kid play baseball? He's pretty amazing, I gotta say. I'll tell you what. Thank you. My weak attempt at Harry Carey. Glad some of you enjoyed, aka the live studio audience of 2 that we have here.
Higgy Bear, I come here for the buttons.
Higgy Bear, please do me a favor and do not encourage Dave. Do not encourage Dave.
Dave's literally about to press some button.
I'm moving on. Moving on. Before we get into the box rip, though, I want to check back in with the Twitch chat. We've had some chatters, a little chitter chatter around here. It's Kevy G, Dave and Adams, the best. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Wahoo's love this gentleman's energy. Big fan. Chris had some fans in the chat, I will say. People loved him.
Mm-hmm.
Peyton Hutch, thank you for gifting a tier 1 sub to S. Brunner 17. Tone says he loves the early thousands Pistons. Couldn't agree more. Ben Wallace, Chauncey Billups, Rasheed Wallace, and Rip Hamilton.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, what a squad right there.
Peyton, did you guys leave Hershey yet? if you don't know, Peyton is a player on the team that I coach. So I'll leave it at that.
An anonymous gifter is gifting some tier 1 subs to the community. Really appreciate that. So thank you so much for being a part of the Twitch community and help keep it going. B Cord says he's bought into some of their eBay breaks. Good stuff. I really like the guys over at Bombers, but there really hasn't been a breaker that we've talked to that I haven't liked.
Exactly. No, every single one of our guests has been very enjoyable. So it's nice to have that camaraderie with the community.
100%. Good morning to Munoz as well. Moosey, just terrible. That's just a horrible, terrible thing.
Howdy.
Dude, they love you. Can you just look into the camera and say it back, please? Come on.
I love you too.
There.
Go Rapids.
Go Rapids. That was so weak, but we'll give it to you.
Shut up.
All right, man. Meerkat, I'm gonna need you to just take away Dave's privileges from the buttons. Dave, I'll tell you right now, if that soundboard goes missing, I didn't do it. All right.
Not the
Enough.
elevator wave.
Enough. All right, we're getting into 2022 Signature Series Retired Player Edition. Dave's gonna do 2 boxes. I'm gonna do 2 boxes. In order to win, you have to either comment on Twitch or comment on YouTube and let us know who's your like non-household baseball name that you loved. Give us an obscure retired player that you just absolutely love and why. Let us know who it is and why in the Twitch chat or in the YouTube comments, and we will randomly select someone to win these boxes.
Daisuke Matsuzaka.
Chanho Park.
There you go.
Who else you want? I could Jared Stalomakia. Hobo Fuzz says Michael Jordan, my favorite baseball player ever.
Yes.
All right. So
Deion Sanders.
Neon Dion. Only player to play in a World Series and a Super Bowl?
I believe so.
I believe.
Dijon Sanders.
Not
Frank
that.
Thomas.
Frank
Thomas, who
Thomas.
actually made a guest appearance on our first episode.
First episode, we had Frank Thomas on. So let's see if we can get Frank Thomas and company. I need a cutter. Who got my cutter? Where the cutter at? It's Meerkat, ladies and gentlemen. There we go. The appropriate time to use the soundboard. Herb Dare, Ron Gant, all gas, no brakes. Todd Suprema, Pete Rose guy. Give us obscure. I don't want a household name. Give me your favorite, like, obscure retired player and why you love them. You know what I mean? All right. Could we hit over the top? Please, Dave. There it is. I cleared out my notes for you guys this time so you can't see. Hee hee. All right, dude. You got to stop. Like, I'm not even, like, joke's over. Party's over. You got to stop. Will Clark. He was, there you go. Will Clark. Grady Sizemore. That's a great answer.
Yes.
Danny Heap, bench player for the 86 Mets. All right. We're going to try to do a little slow roll here. Meerkat helped us out with this one. It's like Meerkat's a breaker, dude. He knows what he's doing. All right. First box, gone. Who's it going to be? A catcher? That's definitely a catcher's mask. Jorge Posada? Oh, it's a 101.
Oh, my Lord.
It's Jorge Posada. Wow. I like, no way. 1 of 1, Jorge Posada. Let's go. Jorge. My favorite thing about this guy, batted with no gloves. He was like one of the last barehanded batters I know. And rumor has it, to get rid of the calluses on his hand, peed on his hands. That's legend. Legend has it. So there you go. That is amazing. What product is this? This is a 2002 card that, of course, they foil stamped. Gallery. There you go. 1 of 1 Jorge. That's dope.
Sweet.
I'm a Red Sox guy, but I think that's dope. I always had a great amount of respect for Jorge Posada.
You one-upped me again. All right.
I did. Why? You already looked?
Oh wait, I gotta slide.
Slide
Let's
to the
get-
left.
Let's get the micro.
Oh,
Can I
Munoz.
have a microphone so the peoples could hear me?
Hello.
All right, let's slide this John in there.
John. Munoz says Jeff Francoeur. I love that answer.
That's a great answer. Right. I'm not gonna lie, I'm terrified. Okay.
Milwaukee. Ben Sheets, maybe? He's retired, isn't he?
Which way should I go?
Keep going down.
Oh,
Is that who? No.
34 out of 81.
Is that? He didn't play for the Brewers, did he?
Eric
Gagne? Is that who that is?
Yeah.
I don't remember him on the Brewers.
Neither do I.
I remember him on the. Actually, you and I were just talking about that legendary
yeah,
at bat
yeah.
he had with
Gagne
Barry
and-
Bonds.
So wow. So out of 81, Eric Gagne auto, not bad. Not bad. Apparently, Rangers, Red Sox, Brewers. Like after
Later on in his career.
after he left the Dodgers in 06, then he went to the Rangers, Red Sox, and Brewers.
I vaguely remember Rangers, and I do remember the Red Sox though, because I thought that was when I was a kid growing up, that was a big deal to me. I'm like, oh my God, we're about to get Eric Gagne. Little did I know that was obviously late in his career.
Fail.
Yeah, kind of like that Dice K guy. Epic fail. Banned. I got banned from the Gucci store. All right, here we go. I was just not expecting Eric Gagne in a Brewers hat.
I was hoping for,
Like a
Prince Fielder.
Is there? I wonder if there's a duel here where it's Prince and Cecil.
That would
How
be
awesome would
sick.
that be?
All right, let's see.
Okay, there we go.
What card are you gonna show me up with this time?
Oh, this one. So notice bigger case, like a different case.
Maybe a relic?
It's
No.
a little thicker. Maybe relic auto.
Oh,
Oh, right at the top. Rafael Furcal, 1/1. I pulled two. David's so mad. He's so mad. That's actually pretty dope, though. 1/1. A Rafael Furcal mini. Hobo Fuzz said, if it makes you feel better, David, 1/1s are very common in this. I wasn't going to be the one to tell you.
yeah. I can't wait till I pull a freaking Johnny Peralta.
1/1s are common in this,
Slide
though.
this in. All right. Oh boy. Very, very.
Bobby Valentine using a disguise after getting ejected. That's pretty funny. Twins?
Out of 50.
Who would it be? This is like 90s.
Kent Herbeck auto. Out of 50.
I love that warm up though. That warm up he's wearing.
When I played Taps baseball on my iPhone, this guy was one of my cornerstone players. So
Took you to the chip.
yeah, he took me to like a 2,000 game winning streak. Sweet, Eric Gagne in his notable Milwaukee Brewers uniform, and Kent Herbeck of the Twins out of 50.
Can we go back to mine real quick?
Yeah, go back to yours. Yours
Hey.
are cooler.
No, stop it. But that's cool. So there you go. Jorge Posada, Rafael Furcal, both 1/1s. Crazy. You're gonna get there one of these days, I swear.
Yeah,
I swear.
We'll be in year 3 of the chase by the time I hit a 101.
All right. So just remember, you got to let us know in the Twitch chat or on the YouTube comments who your favorite obscure baseball player who is retired is and why. I like this one from Higgy Bear. Turk Wendell.
Yes.
Love how superstitious he is. Would brush his teeth in between innings.
That's almost like Stephon Diggs flossing in the middle of the one game.
Yeah. Well, hey, man. Listen, look good, feel good, play good. Hygiene's important.
That is true.
Hygiene's important. All right, so Saturday this past weekend, before the MLB All-Star Game festivities began in Los Angeles, we kicked things off with some of the best upcoming talent the game has to offer. The MLB Futures game sometimes doesn't get enough love, but it's quite the spectacle of what's to come in America's pastime. some of the game's best prospects were in action Saturday as the AL Futures defeated the NL Futures 6-4. So you're our baseball guru. Like, I think I know a decent amount about baseball, but you are on the pulse of what's going on. So what did you see coming out of this game?
Well, this game is like a Bowman collector's dream.
Mm.
It's just everyone and anyone that you could think of prospect-wise. All the big upcoming stars are in this game. A lot of the talk went to Jason Dominguez. Jason Dominguez hit a home run in the game. He's the number 3 rated prospect in the Yankee system. Obviously, there was a ton of buzz when people started hearing about him. His stock went through the roof.
Yeah.
And
wasn't he sliding a little bit?
He was sliding a little bit. A lot of people bought high on him, and then his stock kind of went down. But proving, he's still only 19, and he hit a homer in this game.
Right.
So that was cool. Just I think I have a card to show, and it's not because I'm a Cleveland fan or anything, but Cleveland prospect, number 2 prospect in their organization, George Valera, also played in this game. Didn't do anything crazy, but I believe we have a card to pull up that was just pulled. It was like a 1 of 1. Yeah, so this 1 of 1 was pulled the other day on Friday, and I just think it's cool that it's literally just one of him. And thought that was cool.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Other notables, Matt Wallner, number 8 Twins prospect, homered, along with Shea Langeliers, the A's number 1 prospect, who is a catcher. A's might want to call him up because they suck. I'm sorry. But anyway.
Hey, don't talk about my dad's team like that.
They're bad.
Even though
They are bad.
completely
right. But then there were a bunch of other top prospects in this game. Ellie De La Cruz.
He did play?
His stock's going through the roof. He's the Reds' number 1 prospect. A little mix between short and third. Robert Hassel, the third of the Padres. He's their number 1 prospect. A lot of people are buying into him. Of course, Anthony Volpe. Everyone's touting him to be the Yankees' future shortstop, number 1 prospect. Jordan Lawler, I've seen a bunch of his chromes over it.
Yeah, name sounds familiar to me.
There. And Corbin Carroll, the Diamondbacks. So the Diamondbacks had their 2 top prospects. And also another big thing that happened was all the talk's been about O'Neal Cruz throwing 97-mile-per-hour heaters across a diamond. Mason Wynn.
I saw this.
Cardinal shortstop prospect, 100.5 miles per hour across the diamond. It was a cannon.
Literally right there, to me, that is a hold my beer situation.
Literally.
Oh, Neil Cruz, you think you could throw 97 across the diamond? Hold up. I got this. Don't worry. So, yeah, that was pretty impressive. How did De La Cruz fare?
So De La Cruz ended up pinch hitting, I believe. He didn't start in the game.
Okay.
Let's see it. Pull it up. He went 0 for 1, so he didn't do anything crazy.
So, yeah, he pinch hit. He didn't. At least they got him in there for an at-bat. Camo 7, I totally agree. O'Neal is so sick. Definitely one of the young, bright stars that I'm looking out for and would love to go travel down the 90 and go see him play in Pittsburgh for sure. I think that would be a lot of fun. I told you, those are those players we need, man, to just spark this sport.
Yeah, I love like the young guys coming up that have a little swag to them, a little spunk to them.
Yeah.
Or, they're kind of showing out on the field. It's really electrifying this game. Like people get mad at like Juan Soto for like doing his little crawl into the box or whatever. Like when he was talking to Will Smith the other night, I loved it.
Yeah.
He said some non-colorful language. Well, Will Smith said some non-colorful language, but
Right.
But that's, I don't know.
Well, that's the game.
Yeah, some of the old heads are just like stuck in the past. Like,
Oh.
drop the bat, run
Dude.
around the bases. Like, come on. We need a little electricity in this
Well,
game.
it's like, not to get too much on a soapbox, but you said earlier about in our script, we called it America's pastime. Let's be honest. Is it really America's pastime anymore? I'm just saying, I feel like it needs that shot of energy, that boost, that kick in the butt with things like that. And, I'm hoping, like Jazz Chisholm, he's another one. He just, O'Neal, like these guys, in my opinion, are good for the game. And I remember when everybody used to get mad at Bryce Harper for being this way. And now it's starting to become more acceptable, more of the norm, as it should be. But yeah, they thought Bryce was like, disrespecting the game and that. But that's the problem. All these baseball purists, it's all old men yelling at clouds.
Yeah. Hobo Fuzz, great point. It's a sport with way too many unwritten rules that guys get too sour about and act like children, sadly. And you know what? There are some unwritten rules that like I like to follow.
Sure.
When it comes to the game, but some of them are just like the whole bat flip thing annoys the crap out of me. Like if a dude bat flips and you're the pitcher, well, you know what? Don't leave a fastball down the middle of the plate. If you leave it there, or if you hang one, he deserves to bang one. So literally,
hanging and banging, brother.
Literally, like when Max Muncy bat flipped Madison Bumgarner and then said, "Go get it from the ocean."
Oh yeah,
that was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my entire life.
Yeah. No, I love that. It's it's trash talking. Yeah. Well, it's funny because I feel like the same arguments are made in football in terms of celebrating touchdowns and trash talk, but people eat that up. They love that. And that's the thing, too, is the more that people yell about this, the more they're just going to do it. It's adding fuel to the fire.
Exactly.
I love it.
And then, but going back to this futures game real quick.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys, if you go to Google and you type in MLB Futures Game 2022, if you see the rosters, you see who played, these are guys that you want to invest in. These are the guys that are going to be coming up. These are the guys that you want their Bowmans because the Bowmans are the top of the line when it comes to these guys.
Right.
This is really kind of all they have right now.
Yep.
So if you're looking, these are the guys that you really want to invest in, maybe hang on to, because down the line, maybe one of these guys becomes the next Mike Trout. One of these guys becomes the next Shohei. So funny. I just named 2 LA Angels, and the LA Angels are awful. But anyways, these are the guys that you want to invest in.
Yeah, and I guess from maybe just not watching a ton because I know you're busy, but maybe from catching some highlights or seeing the box score, who were you really impressed with that was a big takeaway from this game for you to, invest and take a look at? Is it obviously De La Cruz, he only pinched hit, so maybe someone besides him?
Yeah, I really like this Hassel out of San Diego. I think Hassel is a good one to invest in. He is their number 1 prospect, and a lot of people are saying he could become a future cornerstone down there or up across the coast.
All right, it's Monday. We knew what you meant.
And then, plus San Diego is growing as a baseball brand. Like I feel like San Diego is getting players that you got your Tatises, you got your Machados. You got big names there, so if he comes up, he's going to fit in quite well. And then, honestly, I know it's kind of cliche, but anybody on the Yankees, I would kind of invest in.
Yeah.
You never know. I'm a little worried for some Yankee guys. They might get traded because something in my gut tells me that they're going to go after Juan Soto, and Soto's going to require a lot of prospect return. So
I really hope he doesn't end up in that division.
I don't either.
I saw it was Mets and Yankees, right?
Yeah.
Well, early front runners, or at least early who had interest.
And who knows if he will get traded? But after turning down $440 million, it's like, okay, you just proved like you don't want to be in Washington. Like,
yeah. I mean, he won the World Series with them too, so it's kind of like, what does he have left to prove there? Essentially, in a way. But I think the Yankees are notorious for trading away prospects, so I wouldn't be surprised.
No, not by any means. Whoever trades for Soto, like, it's going to be a haul to get him. So.
Oh yeah, no, it's not gonna be anything easy. I mean, they're gonna take a lot.
Yeah, Anton Trey 5. I would have to believe if the Yankees acquire Soto, Aaron Judge can't stay. That's the thing.
Yeah.
Because you want to keep Judge, who's your MVP candidate right now. But can you pay Soto and Judge? Would Judge take the pay cut? Soto's obviously not taking a pay cut. He just literally proved that by rejecting $440 million. So
it's up in the air with Judge right now because seems like a really good guy, and I can't believe I'm talking about Yankees players like this, but seems like a really good guy. Obviously incredibly talented that we can see. With him though, I wonder is it about the money or is it about winning? And I think if Juan Soto were to be acquired by the Yankees for a big haul, then we would really see that. Like, does he just want to go get paid and play somewhere?
Mm-hmm.
Or does he want to have the potential of taking a pay cut because he really feels that he's investing in this team with him, Stanton, and possibly Soto there. So,
Yeah.
once again, another thing, another storyline it's going to be interesting to keep up on.
As we begin the second half of MLB play.
Right. Happy second half, which they resume, what, like Friday?
I believe it. Yeah, I think they usually
Right,
get the
because
week
today's
off.
home run derby, tomorrow's
All-Star
game, and
yeah,
then Wednesday, Thursday off,
Thursday,
probably.
they kind of just chill, let them travel back
Yeah.
to their respective teams, and then Friday, I believe they restart. So.
Okay. Yeah, real quick. I mean, Netminder says maybe pull a Johnny Hockey. I don't know. We'll have to see. And apparently, Wahoo says Soto's gripes wasn't necessarily over the money;
I mean,
it was the
yeah.
length.
It was a 14-year deal.
Yeah,
$440 million. But I don't know. I know athletes are different, but man, could you imagine if someone came up to you and said, "Here's $440 million," and you say, "I'm gonna pass."
I know it's tough because I say this now, but being locked up in the same team for 14 years, and I'm sure the way they structure it, I'm sure there's some kind of clauses and phrases, yes, and loopholes and ways out, but
I get,
I feel like you see what happens to Pujols, and who knows what's going to happen with Harper, but those guys were locked up so long term. I just think Juan might want to just try, test the water somewhere else and see what he can do.
These deals that go into double-digit years, like 10 years, 11 years, how many of them have panned out? Like, Harper's is good right now.
So far.
It's like Pujols signed for how many years in LA? And they went to the playoffs once.
Yeah. That's exactly what I'm talking about right there. That's a good point. So thank you for making that. Army Vet 12. Appreciate you. Enjoy vacation.
Where are you going?
I don't know. Yeah, where are you going? I'm just getting back from one.
Take us with you.
Take me with. Yeah, I was gonna say, take us with you. We'll do a show on the road from the beach. As we talk about the future of the MLB, not only on the field but also off the field. Last night, some of the future stars, possibly, of Major League Baseball, got selected in the first round of the MLB Draft. The interesting part of this, though, to me, was, damn, I'm getting old.
It's true. It's true that you kind of look at some of these names and you're like, wow.
Yeah,
I watched your dad play.
Oh, well, that's literally
Get right into it.
Yeah. So what I did is I went and I looked. It was on ESPN or MLB.com, and obviously they showed the live results of who was getting picked. So first off, number 1 overall, Jackson Holliday, shortstop, selected by the Baltimore Orioles. The Baltimore Orioles, I think, are starting to scare me, which I never thought I would say in my life.
They could be building something special. I mean, you look at, they just went on that win streak. It's so funny. They're in last place in the AL East, but they're like 2 games out of a wild card spot at like 44-44, I believe the record is. I think they're right at 500.
Yeah.
But it's pretty crazy. Something's brewing up in Baltimore.
Well, that's what I mean. They may not be great this year, but like you said, the string of wins that they were putting together. Wings. I'm hungry. I wish I had wings.
Had some last night.
The string of wins that they're putting together and the talent that they are building.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's. I think they're putting the rest of that division at least on notice.
Mm-hmm. And when you think about it, you brew the young players. They come up. Like you look at Rutschman right now. He's up there. He's doing a lot better than he started.
Mm-hmm.
They got Mountcastle, who's been doing good for them.
Yeah.
They got a lot of these young guys, including Cedric Mullins. I mean, Trey Mancini's like the veteran of the team this year. And that's all it takes is you brew these young guys. They come up. They fill their roles. You sign a veteran or two, add your pitching staff, and who knows? Big things could be brewing in Baltimore. That AL East is going to be tough for years to come.
Yeah, not as once again, to reiterate completely and beat it like a dead horse. I mean, as a Red Sox fan, that's not something I want to hear because although I do love the Blue Jays, I just love the guys on that team. So I'm just glad. I'm glad that's got to be the most competitive division in baseball.
It's,
Maybe not on paper when you're looking at the records.
It's definitely up there.
You know?
I'm trying to think who else. I mean, the NL East has some electric players between
For
the
sure.
Braves, the Phillies, the Mets, the Marlins. I'm missing the fifth.
What? Mets, Marlins, Phillies.
Mets, Marlins, Phillies.
Oh,
Braves.
Braves. I think that's it. No, I think there's only
Nationals.
Oh, Nationals. Yeah.
So, I mean, you got some good players there. Both Centrals aren't that great, in my opinion.
No.
You got, like, in the Central for the NL, you got, like, the Cardinals and the Brewers, and that's pretty much it. And Brewers are kind of, I don't know, they're iffy to me. AL Central is just, like, the hot dog water that we had to drink 4th of July.
Salty. So to loop it back around, though, Jackson Holiday.
Yes.
So, number one, I looked. We do have 2022 USA Panini Stars and Stripes available on d8cardworld.com.
Beauty.
And I realized, if we could pull this up, that Jackson Holiday does indeed have cards in this set. So I went on eBay after I found out that he got drafted. Dude, this auto here, $175. He had a silhouette patch auto out of that product, same product, $350. And that's all within the last 24 hours. So people are definitely trying to get him now. And I think they're going to buy high.
Buy high, and, you know, they're predicting big things for him. I mean, especially Matt Holliday was his father. Like, Matt Holliday was one of the better hitters to play baseball.
Yeah, and good transition, because this is where we get to the part we were talking about that we just feel so old. So Jackson Holiday, the son of Matt Holliday. So we pulled up a picture, and we got a card of Matt Holliday's, if we could show that on the screen right now. So there you go.
Sheesh.
Young Matt Holliday. I think that was 2007 Bowman, I believe, when he was coming out as a member of the Rockies. And let me just say, in the two other guys that we are going to talk about, as well as Jackson, if you're a fan of their fathers, you can get their autos for pretty cheap.
Yep.
That Matt Holliday auto, I think, was $4 or $5.
Wow. That's impressive. Jackson, speaking of impressive, put up an impressive high school senior season.
Yes, you were telling me
he
that.
broke JT Real Muto's high school record of hits in a season with like 86.
Mhm.
He batted like 680 in high school.
And he's got great lettuce. Kid's got a great head of hair, so he's definitely destined for baseball.
Definitely a 5-tool shortstop, 100%.
Yeah, looking forward to seeing. So, like I said, I mean, I'm going to keep an eye on these cards because that's crazy. Kid is in a USA uniform, and he's already selling for $300-something.
Mm-hmm.
But I do get excited at the thought, opportunity, the possibility of maybe him and his dad having a dual auto card now.
Yeah. No, and you can look at it multiple ways with this draft in a sense, which we'll get into. But yeah, no, you can definitely see the dual autos. It'd be cool if they did like a dual like relic auto of both of them. I think that would be a pretty neat idea. I think that would be awesome for all father-son combos in general, to be honest with you.
100%. And, you know, we see that not too often, but I do know that we definitely see that with Griffey Jr. and Sr.
Mm-hmm.
I'm almost positive. I'm
Right.
pretty sure I've seen them on cards before. Next up. Now this one's interesting. He got taken number 2, but from what I saw, his cards were actually more than Jackson Holiday.
Yeah, and, you know, when you look at this player that we're about to tell you, it kind of makes sense because of the name. His father, my personal opinion, was the better player, and we're talking about Drew Jones. Drew Jones, who went number 2
to Arizona.
The Diamondbacks.
Mm-hmm.
And his father is Andrew Jones, who was star center fielder for the Braves.
Loved watching Andrew Jones. He was another one. Loved watching him play.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. Now, do you know? This is to my naiveness. Drew, Is he also an outfielder like his father?
He is.
That's going to be dangerous.
I saw one of the best videos I've ever seen. It was Drew Jones. He was hitting, and it was just a high school crowd or whatever. High school crowd was getting on him while he was at the plate, saying, "Oh, overrated," and whatever.
That was him? That was Drew Jones?
Next pitch, center field.
Gone.
Just complete moonshot
Like
bomb.
deep center, too.
Oh, yeah.
But he's another one. So we were talking. His cards, if we could pull it up, I think I had the silhouette auto. Yeah. $102, right? So that might not seem crazy, but he's in the 2021 Panini Stars and Stripes.
Mhm.
That's out of 39, or excuse me, that's the one that's out of 49. So that one was actually 132 on eBay. But let me tell you, in the last 24 hours, check this out, ready? He's got a 2022 Stars and Stripes auto out of 75. $334, $264, $255, $200, $290. So it seems like people are really, really riding the wave on the Drew Jones.
I just wonder if people probably should have bought before the draft. I feel like if people would have known his name and invested before the draft, I feel like they could have got him for a lot cheaper.
And I always wonder if things like that video that you brought up do those type of things being viral in a day and age like today, does that help value?
It's got to. I mean, when you, like you said, in this day and age where literally you could post a video on social media within 2 seconds and then millions of people see it, I think, of course, it helped him because they look at that video and they're like, oh, man, this kid's really worth the hype. Like, I'm going to go buy his card because he just hit a dinger with people screaming in his back. So,
yeah, and, I like the Stars and Stripes products in Panini because they give you a good haul in there. You have a pretty good what's the word I'm looking for? I'm at a loss for words here. I'm trying to
like
say
prospect class or
not even prospect class, but what you get out of that product. You're gonna get quite a bit out of the product, right? You're gonna get your bang for your buck, and it's an affordable price. So the good news is if you're pulling guys like Drew Jones, you're pulling guys like Jackson Holiday, you're going to see a good return on them.
right.
So it's a pretty good load in the Panini Stars and Stripes stuff. Definitely something to look out for. Real quick before we move on to the next guy, I want to show now, on the other end of things, show me the Andrew Jones card, please, that I found. So like your Bobby Witt Jr. auto, this is the 1987 wood grain auto from the 2022 Top Series 1, I believe this is, or 2. This card here, $21. $21. What did I just say? Dollars. $21. So, I mean, I don't know.
Yeah, no, I don't know. Some of these veterans are just selling for cheap. It's kind of crazy.
Which, if you look at it from the collector's perspective, it's nice because you can walk around shows or go on eBay, and if you just really have an attachment to a specific or certain player,
Right.
you can pick their stuff up for relatively cheap and just have a really good collection of these guys. And even when it comes to their big tops, the tops transcendent or tops triple threads or higher end products like that, you're still probably not breaking the bank on having a nice piece for one of your favorite players.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, not to switch sports or anything, but like if my personal collection, I would love to collect Josh Allen. I can't afford a Josh Allen card right now.
He cannot afford.
With great success. But no, like that's just how it is right now with these players. Like personally, like my personal collection for baseball right now would be Jose Ramirez.
Yeah,
and just
exactly.
because I love the way he plays, he's on my favorite team. Now, is he in an investment? Maybe because he's one of the better players. But for me personally, it's just no. I just want a card that I can look at that's cool and just whatever.
And thank you, Netminder. The word I was looking for was value. I don't know why I couldn't think of that word. I got foggy brain today. Last person I want to get to. This was another one. Obviously Drew Jones, Jackson Holiday, right off the top there. I think this was still top 10, or maybe he was top 15.
I think he went at
top 20.
Let me see.
17.
17.
He was top 20. Interesting too. He's an outfielder, and he went to the Phillies.
Another high school player too.
Yeah,
If I just may add.
yeah. Justin Crawford. So, for those of you who may not know, his father was Carl Crawford, outfielder, longtime outfielder for the Rays,
The Rays, the
Red Sox,
Dodgers,
LA,
I think.
right?
Yeah, he had some stints with. I think he had a stint with the Dodgers. I think he got traded from. Did he get traded from Tampa to LA, or was it from?
No, he went
to
Boston.
LA?
He went. It was
it
Boston, to LA.
Okay.
Because I think he was part of that Adrian
Oh, no,
Gonzalez deal.
He yeah. I think you're right because he signed a big deal with Boston.
Yep.
So.
He signed a big deal with Boston. Ended up winning the World Series with them in 2013.
Mm-hmm.
And then him and Adrian Gonzalez moved on to LA after that. But yeah, another Philly outfielder here too, which I feel like Philly, pretty good outfield. Castellanos plays second, right?
No, Castellanos.
the outfielder?
Yeah.
Him, Harper, although
And there's a
Harper
drive to left by Castellanos.
exactly.
It will be a home run.
It will be a home run. Justin, though, pull up the card of Justin if you could, please. So to me, yeah. Well, this just goes to show how young these kids are, though. These kids don't necessarily have autographs, so Justin literally wrote out his name on the stickers.
Oh, and you know what? I just wrote 14U National Team Development Program.
That's what I mean. This was a 2019 Stars and Stripes.
Okay, you know what?
Yeah.
I'm sorry for laughing. Okay. It makes sense.
But that just goes to show sometimes how young these kids are in these Panini products.
Yeah. Honestly, that's crazy.
Gorgeous card there too. But that was $90, that silhouette, that patch auto.
For a guy.
Which is good news though. I feel like if you're a Phillies guy, loved Carl Crawford and would want to take, he's not high risk.
Right.
You know what I mean? You could get his cards for decent price.
Decent price.
A
yeah.
really nice looking card there
Mm-hmm.
for $90, and high side comes up in the Phillies system and gets plugged into the outfield and is, a sick outfielder.
Right. And you kind of get the benefit that he is the 17th pick. First round picks are going to do well in the MLB value wise, but when you look at who the top players probably are value wise from MLB draft, it's really the guys that are in the top 5, top 10 range.
Right.
With obviously like Holiday and Drew Jones, they're gonna attract the most interest because they went 1 and 2, and then you get a guy like Justin Crawford who's probably gonna gain a lot of attention because of his dad, Carl Crawford.
Exactly.
That's where he's not going to be breaking the bank per se, but you could still possibly get a lot of return on investment for whenever he does come up, possibly.
Exactly my point right there, what you just said. Real quick, show the card of Carl Crawford now, his dad. So there you go.
Cracker Jack.
I thought that one was
That's
awesome
awesome.
because he had the Tampa Bay Rays hat on.
Mm-hmm.
That one?
Devil Rays hat, too.
Devil Rays, yes. Thank you, Devil Rays. That one, $4.
Beauty.
You know what I mean? So I love the potential of these father-son duos on cards now and on cardboard going forward.
I think that would be a insanely awesome Father's Day promo type thing.
Exactly.
If like one of these companies did like a father-son like dual relic auto, something like that. Like you could do like a Dante Bichette with Bo Bichette.
Exactly.
You could do
Vlad Jr. Senior.
Vlad Senior.
Even you want to stay on the Toronto train, you could do Kevin Biggio and Craig Biggio.
Yep. Indeed.
There's that's what I said too. Like we're getting to that time where now we are starting to see kids of players we watched growing up being drafted.
Yes. And I feel old.
You feel old. I feel old. My birthday's coming up in a couple weeks and the screen's black.
Beauty.
And I will feel super old.
Another player, just real quick. I don't want to get too much into it, but Kumar Rocker, drafted for the second time in his life.
That's right.
Got drafted 10 to the Mets last year, and then got drafted number 3 to the Rangers this year. So
there you go.
he's back with his buddy Jack Leiter.
I saw that he
Vandy
tweeted
boys.
at him.
The Vandy boys.
They're back. All right, well, that's all the time we have for today. It's a Monday for sure. So why don't you do us a favor, and how about the giveaway reminder?
Yes.
Would you mind?
So the giveaway reminder, oh, yes.
You remember now.
I remember now. Who is your favorite obscure retired baseball player? Comment in the Twitch, comment in the YouTube. Give us a little explanation why they're your favorite. And you're going to be entered to win this beautiful, don't worry about the one-of-ones. You're gonna be
Don't worry
entered
about
to win
those.
the Eric Gagne Brewers card and the Kent Herbeck Twins card.
Absolutely
And
gorgeous.
maybe, and I think those one-of-ones too. They're kind of cool. So
Lovely. Well, make sure you stay tuned. Jersey John is up next with group breaks and personal breaks. Continue to comment, like, follow, and subscribe to the Dave and Adams Card World platforms at DA Card World. Also listen to The Chase on Spotify and Apple Podcasts. And remember, it's all about the chase,
all
ladies
about the
and
chase.
gentlemen.